All right, couple more things. We're almost done with the show, but I want to mention this one's for me. I just want to mention a botch. I'm not really going to cover the angle or get a review on the angle of Jay White versus Christian with Hangman Page interfering, but I want to mention how it was so poorly ended. I don't know if you guys saw this. Robert, you gave this a half thumbs up, but I'm going to show you these botches that might have really fucked your rating up. So the match was Jay White versus Christian, which was a very poorly promoted match for like a decently marquee matchup, which actually had a backstory too. I don't know if you guys knew this, but I think Christian cost Jay White in like the Owen Hart Cup tournament, and Jay White he cut a promo that he was going to get revenge on Hangman Page, remember? And then someone else that supposedly we all know who that is, which nobody fucking remembered the Owen Hart Cup thing. Like, Excalibur mentioned it during the match. But that was a difficult one, man. I even take notes on these shows, and I didn't remember that there was a thing between Christian and Jay White. So anyway, so these guys had a match, a main event match. And, okay, so this was not the finish, okay? The people who were supposed to interfere in this match, which are Kip Sabian and Hangman Page, they were supposed to come in when Christian was going to do a spear. So Christian was going to set up for a spear, but this was the first spear, not the second one. So they jumped the gun. So Christian sees Kip Sabian out of the corner of his eye, and Kip Sabian comes on the apron, and he's like, no, not yet, not yet. You see, he's yelling at, even though Kip Sabian is not his friend in the show, but he's like kind of giving him advice. He's like, no, get out of here, not yet. So he goes for the spear, okay, misses the spear. And then I think Hangman Page thought that this was where he was supposed to come in too. So Hangman Page comes from the side. This is totally not the spot. So there goes Kip Sabian to go sit back in the seat he was sitting in. And the camera's capturing it. It's awful. And I'm sorry. So here's where Hangman Page comes in. And then he's going to go back. So basically he's like, oh, no, not my spot. So he goes back down and he hides down there, and the camera goes and sees him again. So, okay, so these two guys, Christian and Jay White, they're going to just continue the match, which I'm skipping about 3 minutes. So my analysis of this would have been, when they saw those two guys come up, they should have just done the finish of their match, okay? They should have just thought on the fly and be like, you know what, these guys fucked up, let's just go to the finish. Instead, they went ahead and did whatever they had planned for 3 more minutes, kept fighting, and then now they're going to do the part where Kip Sabian was supposed to come in. So he distracts while Hangman Page is on the other side, and Hangman Page comes up and does his buckshot to Jay White, and that's how that ended. So, okay. Total botch.
I did not see that.
I want to make one comment. So I didn't watch this live. I saw it a day later, and I don't know if that may have been edited by the time I watched it.
What
so I didn't. Yeah, so I didn't catch the botch.
How would they have edited? Like, how do you watch it? Did you DVR it, or did you watch it on?
No, I watched it on DirecTV. You know, you can watch previous episodes of Dynamite or any show really that
all right.
Previously
you
aired.
Know what?
I don't know, maybe when by the time I watched it, since it wasn't live anymore, maybe there was an edit. I don't know. But I didn't catch that. So.
It's possible. You could have also just turned away or not looked at the screen for a minute.
Whoa. Okay.
But okay. I mean, I don't know. You're right. I mean, it could be what happened. But here's Jay White at the end as I'm going through the slides, and he's so they went through with the storyline, and so now he's mad at Hangman Page, but they had to do whatever they had planned. But for us and our ratings, I gave this a thumbs down. It was a disaster. Vlad didn't even notice this, but still gave it a thumbs down, just because of the angle probably sucks. And
exactly.
Robert gave it a half thumbs up, I guess. So. Okay, that's really all I got to say about that. I just wanted to point out.
Yeah, if I saw that they tried to do the same spot twice, I would have given it 2 thumbs or 2 thumbs down. I mean, that's insane. How could they go back to the same finish?
That was so bad. They should have just fucking done the finish. Nobody would have noticed if they cut 3 minutes of wrestling out of this match, you know? So that was a disaster, unfortunately.
Well, so you're saying they had another 3-minute match and then they went to the finish? It was like another.
Yes, they had another 3 minutes of the match, whatever they had planned. Like they sent everyone back to their seats. They sent Kip Sabian back to the seat. They sent Hangman Page back under the ring, and then they did it again later. So yeah.
Okay, so question for you, because I remember you mentioned before, because me and Vlad, when we watch it, it always has the, what do you call it, when the commercials come on, there you can still see it on the side, right? Like in a smaller screen.
Picture.
And then, but you never see that when it happens, because I think you stream it differently or whatever. I don't remember the explanation. So maybe this happened during one of those picture-by-picture thingies, and that's why I didn't see it. I don't know.
Does that make it better, Robert? If it happened in the picture-in-picture, does that make it okay?
Well, I don't pay as close attention to it, obviously, when it's during commercial breaks.
All right. Robert's advice: if you're gonna botch, do it when it's in picture-in-picture. Okay.
Sure, why not?
That's true. No, but I think what's surprising a little bit is that Christian is kind of like a veteran of wrestling. You would think that he would have called some sort of audible in the ring once he saw the thing was botched, and just said, "Let's go to a different finish."
Yeah, he kind of fucked up. Like he should have just he should have not waved Kip Sabian off. He should have just let them do the fucking thing that they were gonna do. But maybe he doesn't get enough reps anymore. When you're in AEW, it's not like the old days when you're working all the time. He doesn't work a lot. True. Maybe he's just not as sharp as he was. You're right, but I don't know.
Yeah, I guess it's possible. I mean, you would think someone of his wrestling ability and how long he's been in the business would come up with like a way to kind of get around that. I mean, well, yeah, obviously once he chased Kip Sabian, if Kip Sabian was going to be part of the finish, it made zero sense that he would just be like, hey, you go back to your seat. And then,
that was the worst possible thing you could have done.
Yeah, of all the things. Okay, so I mean, it's not the first time somebody's missed their mark or they came out earlier or they came out late. I mean, surely this is not a thing that only happens to AEW, but they're the worst at handling these situations routinely. Like WWE has had moments of like that too. I'm sure where somebody's came out early or they came out late, but it's still. I mean, okay, that's just. I mean, I can't believe that. I'm gonna go back and watch the DVR of the show and see if it was part of it or not, because I'm actually curious myself if that actually made the show.
Well, this is the TBS feed, so I think this is the regular TV feed. So.
Yeah, so you would think it's there, but I'm just curious if it was, what it was actually a part of or not. But anyways.
Oh God,
embarrassing.
If they had a chance to cut this out of a replay, they should have.